emotional eating is now, so.
If getting heavy because you were eating for emotional reasons helped you survive something that you might not otherwise have survived, maybe your relationship would have fallen apart if you didn't do what you did, then that's what you had to do. But you're beyond that now. And what are you going to do to turn it around, right? So you know that food isn't the answer now. You know that there are going to be emotional situations that you have to deal with by talking to somebody, whether it be talking to your girlfriend or talking to family or a friend or someone who's a professional, and deal with things in a healthy way.
Phoebe, what are the things that drive you or drove you before you came here?
I've got quite a lot of sort of cousins and grandparents and all that kind of thing, and we get together, say, every couple of weeks, and you know, one member from one side of the family would cook the meat and someone else would do the salad and someone else would do potatoes, and then someone would, you know, maybe all of us would do desserts. They'd be
like a football game. You're competing with each other.
Every family occasion that I have, it's all based around food, you know. We don't go out and play a game of soccer or anything like that. We go and eat.
You know, food is enjoyable, and social activities involving food are enjoyable, and they have been forever. But it's how you set up that situation that can influence whether or not you overdo it. You don't have to have enough food to feed twice as many people as you're inviting over for dinner. So on the one hand, we're saying when we go over to someone's house and they fix us a meal, if we say no to thirds, then we're insulting the cook. On the other hand, we have the cook saying, I need to prepare enough food so that my guests don't feel hungry, that they don't go without. So you as the cook, you prepare too much food, then your guests feel obliged to not insult you. If everybody just had a conversation beforehand and said, okay, let's agree to just have enough food, won't worry about having too much.
So let's talk about strategies. What's the general set of strategies that people should be employing to keep their weight down or lose weight? Because it could, I mean, what you're talking about here is a bit like being an alcoholic, is that it doesn't, you've got to maintain that self-control all the time.
Yes.
So what's the strategy for that?
The number one thing, just in every single case, it comes down to planning. Planning in advance. When you show up in a situation and you're left at that moment to try and sort things out, you're already in trouble.
David, you got plans for what you're going to do for your behaviour when you go home?
Well, after this, my strategy is really to get rid of the junk out of the house. I mean, I've always been one of these people that if it's in the house, I've got to eat it. You know, if there's a packet of chips there, it won't last long. And since not having that temptation here...
But you're going to go back to that temptation. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, but I guess the thing is just getting it out of the house. If it's not in the house, you can't eat it.
What other strategies do people have? Shannon, what's your strategy for when you go home, for your head rather than your tummy?
The main strategy for me is just to know that I've learned everything I can here, but I also want to know that I can go out to a restaurant and sit with people that are eating food I'm not allowed to, or that I can be around people eating junk food and not be tempted by that. So I think that's going to be a real test when I get out of here, to not give in to that.
When you do go out to restaurants, you want to be able to go to any restaurant with your friends, your family, and enjoy a good meal. But 90% of the time, you're going to get a meal that is 2-3 times the size of what any reasonable person should be eating in that situation. And what do you do then? As soon as the meal arrives, ask the waiter to split it in half, pack half of it up, and you take it home. You have lunch for the next day. When you think you're eating because you're hungry, check it out. Ask yourself the question, why am I eating right now? Am I really hungry? When's the last time I ate? Maybe I'm emotional. Maybe I'm just bored. Right? You can look at the world around you. Who are the people who are pushing food on me? What are the situations that are really difficult for me? And plan accordingly.
Lenny, thank you very much indeed.
You're very
it's been
welcome.
Great.
It's a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Lenny Bartender.
Thanks, guys.
So the message is, know yourself, know what drives you, and then have strategies to deal with it, and plan ahead. Be nice to be a person who doesn't have to do that, but none of us here are those kinds of people. We've got to plan ahead and think about what we eat and how we exercise. So, good luck. See you next time.
Next, things to do on a rainy day.
Sit on the couch, watch DVDs.
Or construct your own gym.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh.
The weather wasn't cooperating with us for this week's Masterclass Challenge, so we had to go inside.
Hi guys, Well, it's time for this week's Masterclass Challenge. Clearly, it's a day to be indoors. The heavens have opened up and it's pouring outside. So what would you normally do if you were stuck indoors? Sit on the couch? Watch DVDs? Well, how about hitting the gym? A day like today is perfect for burning off calories and you don't need expensive equipment to do it. You can create a full training circuit from things you have around your house, shed and garage. And that's exactly what you'll be doing in today's challenge. Contestants, take a look around you. All this worthless stuff is at your disposal. You're going to turn it into a home gym to give yourselves a total body workout. To begin, each couple will be assigned one area of the body to work on. Your job is to create 2 exercises designed to work the muscles of that body part. In the end, we'll have a complete training circuit made up of 6 stations. And once it's all ready, you'll be putting it to the test. Now, once again, the prized Masterclass Shield is up for grabs. Rick and Joe, you've held it for 2 weeks straight now, so who's going to pry it from their hands? Well, to win today, you need to impress the judges, Shannon and Michelle. Whoever's station is judged to be the best will be today's winner. Now remember, Shannon and Michelle will be looking for creativity and how well your station works, its target body area.
OK, one person from the red team first, please. OK, red team, arms. Team yellow. The yellow team, Dana and Caitlin, have got legs. OK, team purple, Lisa and Jana have got shoulders.
Make it good.
Dynamic core.
You don't pick again.
Phil and Dave, grey team, have got chest. Thank goodness, mate. I think that's about the only thing for your body that's working.
Last one, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Champions coming through.
We saved you guys to last.
Surprised.
Rick and Joe have got back.
We've just come out of a masterclass where we focus on the back, so you should have some things already rolling around in your mind. And I think for all of you, this will be a test, not only on how well you can put together a circuit, but also how well you know your muscle groups and what are the best exercises to hit those muscles specifically.
The rules are simple. You've got 15 minutes. The exercises must be safe, efficient, and effective. Your time starts now. Go.
Gang, you've done enough workouts with both Shannon and I to really know what you can do, you know, the good, basic, solid exercises.
Back at home, my folks are definitely hoarders. They've got everything. If you need something, you go to my mum's place. So all the stuff that they had there, I could definitely relate it to back at home.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you use the bags, I reckon, for the first one.
Okay.
And then you can do up, out, down.
And then depending on how much weight.
Depends on how many bottles.
Yep, okay.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Stop. Pulley to the weight to a handle. You pull down.
Pull on there.
I am a bit of a handyman. I don't mind making things when I need to, so we thought of the main gym equipment you use at a gym to work your back, and we
Oh, yeah, we got a bar.
come up with the same sort of thing, just with a bit of junk, using ropes and pulleys and a few sand buckets.
Oh, my goodness, girls. Are you doing what I think you're doing?
Uh-huh.
Nice. So you're thinking cardio.
Yeah.
Rather than just pure strength training.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Do you reckon that'll work if I zip tie them around?
Okay, gang, you're halfway there. So you have around about 7 minutes to go. Put it together.
All right, boys.
I feel very good.
Ah, look at that.
Trying to do like a bench here, Shannon, and
I'd like to think I was a real handyman. Sometimes, though, my wife asked me to do things, and as much as I have a go at them, sometimes they ended up worse than what they were before I started.
That's fantastic. That's like a dead set of bench press straight out of the prison yard.
Hurry up, gang. Put it together. What are do you reckon?
The girls are almost finished over there with their legs.
Yeah. And you know what? I like the fact that they've done a cardio
Agility.
exercise. Agility.
Only one.
Yeah, because everyone else is thinking strength.
That is a fantastic piece of equipment in a home gym.
Yeah, it's
You
brilliant.
can do your back, you can do your pull downs, you can do rows.
This is really clever because not only are they thinking about the muscle groups that they're having to work, but they're showing that you can actually use anything. And I'm an old school girl. I love old school training.
I'd rather be outside any day.
Yeah.
Guys, there's 1 minute to go only. Make sure it's safe, effective, and efficient. That's the rules.
Step up, yeah?
Yeah. Probably not even that now.
All right, gang, that's it. Stop working.
15 minutes is up. Tools down.
We're going to head to our first station, which is Dynamic Core with Chris
Everybody,
and Shannon.
come down and let's have a look. All right, boys, you had Dynamic Core. What have you got for us?
We've decided to make a little bench here to do our reverse sit-ups, and then you can then spin around on the bench to then do a standard sit-up, but on the incline as well.
Oh, very good.
Better give us a demo.
Jump on, Chris.
That's good.
So first off, the reverse sit-up.
Yeah.
And you can hold on.
Oh, great. So which area of your abs is that focusing on?
That would be the lower.
Okay.
And then you spin. If you've got a partner, I recommend you have a partner to help you. Lift up the rope, tuck the feet in.
Boys, very good.
And not a chance I'm getting too high with these ones.
So the action's going to be up like that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Again, come up. All right, cool.
Very good.
So that's pretty tough, yeah? That's going to be a good ab workout,
yeah.
a good progression.
What's over there?
Our second setup was just to do a standard crunch, but rather than just being straight flat on your back, we decided that it would be a bit better if you could put your feet up, just to make it that little bit harder, and then just do normal crunches, but with your feet elevated.
You know what that does? Elevating your feet? It isolates your abs a bit more and takes these hip flexor muscles out of play. They're always going to want to try and help when you're doing your crunches. So if you elevate your feet like that, you isolate your abs, which is a good idea.
And what are these for?
If you wanted to add extra weight, we've just got one phone book, so you just keep that out.
I love the phone book. The phone book's great.
Two very effective and very efficient dynamic ab and core exercises. All righty, well, let's roll down to back. Next, Rick and Joe.
Okay, green team. What do you got?
We got little rig up here for back row.
That's fantastic.
Now, as a rule, back training is one of the hardest things to do. So a simple pulley like that you can get for a couple of bucks from a hardware shop and rig something like that up.
I can feel your back working.
And you can
Love
adjust the weight by adding more or less sand.
Yeah, you just got to have weight in them ones.
Okay, awesome.
it. Brilliant. Good job. Okay, next one.
Next one here, there's a few different things we can do this. Feet against the wall, leaning over. Now you got the weights to do that one.
Oh, nice.
Or you can hold these.
Oh! Very good.
Which part of your back was that one working?
All lower backs.
So
all
lower back.
Side muscles.
Very good.
Do you think you're going to maintain the shield with this apparatus?
Has to be up there, Michelle. If an omelette can win, well, just never know.
Never know.
It's big words, mate. Big
Yeah,
words.
Big words.
We'll see.
Coming up, which couple will rise to the challenge and raise the Masterclass Shield?
Today's Masterclass Challenge was about using whatever you had around the house to exercise. So you don't need a lot of money and you don't need a lot of time.
Okay, girls, you've got shoulders.
We have. We've gone for the non-construction method. We've gone for the really quick, the efficient, you know, you've just bought the shopping in approach.
Love it.
You trying to sell this to me or what?
Quick and easy. I like quick and easy. It's always a winner with me, so go for it.
Okay, so our shoulders. First of all, we have these, and you can adjust your weights with the water bottles.
Now, which part of the shoulder is that working, Lisa?
The front.
Okay, good.
So we do those.
And then we move on to, because we actually did three because we wanted to isolate all three parts. And so then this is the
Oh, good girls. That's what we call an upright row. A very effective way to train the mid part of your shoulders.
Very efficient, boys. Taking note.
And then with this one, we're doing the back of our shoulders.
They're hard, actually.
They are hard, and more weights for the boys, so you just swap sides of your lounge chair.
Yeah.
So that's really important that they've trained each part of the shoulder complex. So many people just go to the gym and do front raises and side raises and forget about the back part.
Posterior.
They always end up with round shoulders again. It's those muscles that open you up. Girls, very comprehensive. Nice work.
Thank you.
You've been trained well.
I'm liking the look of this next one. The boys, chest.
Grey boys, come on. Now, boys, this looks old school to me. All right, so hit us with it.
Well, we've got a bench press here, Michelle, with the water weights here. So I'll get Dave to demonstrate it for us.
Cool.
Make sure I'm nice and comfortable, and it's just simply up and down.
Nice.
Nice work, boys.
Well, in actual fact, if you had different sized buckets, you could make it an incline bench, but...
Yeah, so you could use buckets of water or sand or whatever, couldn't you?
Yep.
And the second one, the old park bench.
So we'll get Phil to demonstrate this one. We've got some dumbbell flies.
Dumbbell flies without the dumbbells.
Without the dumbbells, there's just bottles of water in there so the ladies can lighten them and take more in, or the boys can...
Oh, yeah.
Put it
You can adjust it for the girls.
Well, you know, these two exercises are probably the most popular for your chest. A bench press is like a classic basic exercise, and a fly is really good to get that nice expansion through the chest as well.
I know it looks quite funny to do this, but seriously, this is something that I would do. If I got away on holidays or was staying in an unfamiliar place where there was no gym, genuinely, some of these ideas are things that I'd set up just to do so I could get more workouts done.
It's great. Well done.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Next, we have the yellow girls with legs.
Yes.
Well, girls, I have to say, Shannon knows this, leg training is my all-time favourite training, so I hope you've got something really good for me.
Well, firstly, we've got the tyres. So not only is it focusing on the strength of your legs and increasing that muscle tone, it's also focusing on the endurance and agility as well. So it's basically just like that.
That's the first cardio agility style exercise we've seen, girls. Very nice.
Yeah. My only concern is, Rick, we get your feet inside those. All right, what's the other one? That's great. I love it.
So the second one is the step up, and you can do it with your partner because we always know it's good to have a training buddy. So it's just, yeah.
Up and down.
And if you want to up the intensity,
which we always do here at Camp Biggest Loser,
you put this one on the back.
And then you do the step up.
Demonstration, please.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Whole foot on, Dove. Put your whole foot on the step. That's better.
Now that's my kind of exercise. Fantastic. So we've got two exercises. Both of them are working legs. The first one, though, is an agility cardio-based exercise.
Yeah.
And then the second one is a real power strength training exercise. It is my favourite training, and you've come up with two good exercises. Give them a clap.
Last but not least, Team Red, training the arms. Let's go. Alrighty, Phoebe and Wayne, you chose arms. What have you got for us?
We've got a tricep zone and a bicep zone. So our first one is tricep dips, like this.
Good.
And then to increase your intensity.
Oh, I like it.
Yow.
Nice work.
Like that.
Now, the most important thing, if ever you're going to do triceps like this, is that the base is wider than the top, so it's not going to roll over on you. So that's really important.
Yeah.
And then we had an option for people who might not be so mobile as that, just to do the simple paint in behind the head and lift.
Right, tricep pull over.
Really good exercise.
And Wayne's going to do the biceps.
Biceps zone.
Get the guns out, Wayne.
We just went for the men. For the biceps, a little bit heavier, and then for the females, a little bit lighter.
Why lighter for the females, what?
Yeah, Wayne. Why light up
No,
females?
it's simply an option to build up the intensity, Michelle.